and we'll have all our reporters live on the latest developments coming up right now. Is in fact the Chief Minister's post being offered to Eknath Shinde by Uddhav Thackeray? Is that what Sharad Pawar suggested? We'll have more on that, but let's just look at the top 5 developments currently. Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray went on Facebook Live saying that he's ready to resign, that he's got his resignation letter with him, but he asked Eknath Shinde, will they guarantee that a Shiv Sena will be the next Chief Minister? Also, rebel leader Eknath Shinde stakes claim as the real Shiv Sena. Eknath Shinde has 30 Sena MLAs. He's short by 7 MLAs to clear the anti-defection law. The divide over Hindutva, Shinde claims that he's the true political heir of Bal Thackeray, but Uddhav Thackeray says Hindutva is identity and ideology. Also, the 2 AM drama at Surat, the police physically rush through MLAs, don't let the media get near them. Rebels are currently in a Guwahati hotel from one BJP stronghold to another. So here are the key points of what Uddhav Thackeray said in his address.
तर शिवसेना आणि हिंदुत्व हे दोन घट्ट एकमेकांमध्ये गुंफलेले जोडलेले हे शब्द आहेत. शिवसेना कदापि हिंदुत्वापासून आणि हिंदुत्व कदापि शिवसेनेपासून दूर होऊ शकत नाही. कारण शिवसेना प्रमुखांनी जो एक कानमंत्र दिलेला आहे की हिंदुत्व हा आमचा श्वास आहे. सांगायचं की उद्धवजी तुम्ही कारभार करायला नालायक आहात. हे कोविडच्या काळातले टॉप 5 वगैरे सोडून द्या. आम्हाला तुम्ही मुख्यमंत्री पदी नको. ठीक आहे, चला मी उठतो. आणि आज सुद्धा मी तुम्हाला सांगतो, जर त्याच्यापैकी एकाही आमदाराने समोर येऊन मला सांगितलं किंवा जर त्यांनी स्टेटमेंट दिलं की उद्धव ठाकरे मुख्यमंत्री पदावरती नकोत, तर मी आता मुख्यमंत्री पदाचा राजीनामा द्यायला तयार आहे. आणि ह्याच्यावरती विश्वास नसेल तर आज आपली फेसबुक लाईव्ह झाल्यानंतर आज संध्याकाळपासून मी माझा मुक्काम वर्षावरून मातोश्रीला हलवत आहे. मला कोणताही मोह नाही. मी ओढून ताणून खुर्चीला चिकटून बसणारा नाही. मी शिवसेना प्रमुखांचा पुत्र आहे. कोणताही मोह मला खेचू शकत नाही. आणि शिवसैनिक सुद्धा या भानगडीत पडणारा नाहीये, कारण तो फेस टू फेस संकटाला सामोरं जाणारा शिवसैनिक आहे. म्हणून त्यांनी सांगावं मी दोन्ही पद सोडायला तयार आहे, पण मी मुख्यमंत्री पद सोडल्यानंतर जर शिवसेनेचा मुख्यमंत्री होत असेल मला आनंदाने मान्य आहे. आनंदाने मान्य आहे. पण त्याही पलीकडे जाऊन केवळ मी मुख्यमंत्री नको, दुसरा कोणी असला तरी चालेल, पण शिवसेनेचा म्हणजे उद्धव ठाकरे मुख्यमंत्री नको, दुसरा कोणी चालेल, चला तेही मला मान्य आहे. पण एकदा मला समोर येऊन सांगा.
And breaking news coming in that senior sources from the Congress and the NCP have confirmed to NDTV that they both recommended the key alliance partners that Uddhav Thackeray offered Chief Minister's post to Eknath Shinde. Let's go across to Arvind and Saurabh with that breaking news. Arvind, what are you hearing?
Yeah, Sonia, sources from both the Congress and also NCP have told our colleague Manoranjan Bharti that if at all, if that's the case, then Eknath Shinde can be made as the Chief Minister, and both the parties are in support of this particular decision. So that's the message that has been conveyed by both Kamal Nath, the AICC observer that has been appointed by the Congress party in the wake of political developments in Maharashtra, and also Sharad Pawar, who just met Uddhav Thackeray at his residence. So both the parties, both the big alliance partners have conveyed this message. If at all, if that's the need, then Eknath Shinde can be made as the Chief Minister of the coalition government in order to save this government. So this very important message has been conveyed by both the partners, both NCP and also Congress, to Shiv Sena chief, that is Uddhav Thackeray.
Let's just go across to Saurabh, who's actually at the scene of action right now at Varsha. The Chief Minister's residence, Sharad Pawar, just left after meeting Uddhav Thackeray. Saurabh, what are the details you have? And also, it was interesting, if you looked at Uddhav Thackeray's address, he didn't directly attack Eknath Shinde, and he made this point that will a Shiv Sena be Chief Minister, that it's not about me but about a Shiv Sena being Chief Minister. So was he leading up to making that offer to Eknath Shinde?
Absolutely right, Sonia. But before I just come to that, let me just show you the Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray is set to leave his official residence Varsha and head to Matoshree, which is his personal residence. Now, before he leaves, a lot of Shiv Sainiks have gathered here saying, Uddhav Sahib, hum tumhare saath hai. You can see the saffron flags, the Sena flags lined all across this road. This is one of the main thoroughfares in South Mumbai. The who's who of Mumbai live on this thoroughfare. So, there's a picture of Balasaheb Thackeray and Uddhav Thackeray here. And these are, of course, supporters of Uddhav Thackeray. Now, his residence is down this road, and he is, of course, expected to be here anytime now. And for now, the Shiv Sena's focus is on saving the party, and the government will come after that. And that's something that, here people are. I have Sena supporters here with me, and they're, of course, okay, so the police are saying don't speak to them, but here, you can see, of course, a lot of Uddhav Thackeray supporters now here as he leaves his official residence, Varsha, and heads toward Matoshree. I can show you those saffron flags lined all the way down this road. And this, of course, as this new offer that we are discussing comes in, which is the offer to make Eknath Shinde really the Chief Minister. So obviously, we're the police now here also, trying to regulate the traffic and also, ensure that the Chief Minister's convoy passes. But Sena supporters now gathering on this main thoroughfare in South Mumbai. This is the BGK, Marg. And Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray is expected to leave
his official residence
Varsha and head to Matoshree.
Yeah, just looking at the numbers, because in fact, Akshay and Ratnadeep in Guwahati also that point that currently 30 Shiv Sena MLAs, 30 of 55 are with Eknath Shinde. So it's clear that at least now he has the majority of MLAs. He doesn't have enough for 2/3, he's 7 short, but he still has the majority of MLAs. So Chief Minister Thackeray ready to sacrifice being Chief Minister, but likely then to look at staying president of the party. So in a way, he's trying to hold on to his party in any way possible, but giving up Chief Ministership, is it a sign of desperation? Have things gone too far for that? Because clearly Eknath Shinde is working with the BJP. He's gone from Gujarat, the BJP ruled state, to Assam, where the Chief Minister also went to see the MLAs in the hotel this morning. Is it too far gone down the road now for any compromise between Uddhav Thackeray and Eknath Shinde?
Sonia, that cannot be ruled out. In fact, there's room for compromise, especially if this offer concretizes. Now, Eknath Shinde will be in a very tough position to say no to a Chief Minister's post. He knows he's not going to get that in the BJP. And if that's offered to him, and if you're understanding correctly, the alliance partners, the NCP and the Congress have said okay to that, then will Eknath Shinde turn down the Chief Minister's post for a Shiv Sainik? That's something that perhaps will be too difficult for Eknath Shinde also to do. And the other MLAs who are with him, will they then allow him to still go with the BJP and settle for the second position, when here the Shiv Sena is offering him, his own party is offering him the Chief Minister's post? So really now, if this offer concretizes and materializes, then Eknath Shinde is in a bit of a tight spot.
Well, it's not a bad spot to be in, with one offering you Chief Minister, one offering you Deputy Chief Minister. But just to say, we saw Uddhav Thackeray leaving for his private residence. Is this part of his, what he said, that emotional appeal that I will pack my bags and move to Matoshree, which of course is also Bala Saab's residence, or is this just a routine thing that he's left? Is he now packed his bags and left the Chief Minister's residence?
Well, Sonia, the fact that, this was something that I was asking someone who knows what's going on inside, and they said, well, the Chief Minister feels that, at this point it's best for him to be at Matoshree. It's some place where, that's his comfort zone. Varsha really is the place where he was staying for official work, because this is where from all the officials come in. It's close to South Mumbai, where all the offices are. Matoshree is really in the Bandra suburb, so it's a little bit of a distance, and that's why he's headed there. Also, it's a significance of politically, because Matoshree is Bala Saheb's home, and that's somewhere where Shiv Sainiks, revere that place. So obviously, he is also making an emotional appeal, not only in his speech but through his actions.
All this, of course, while he's COVID positive. The governor also COVID positive and in hospital. So whether all this is buying more time, because it's already 48 hours. So let's go across to Ratnadeep and Akshay, because Ratnadeep, you're at Guwahati airport, where a chartered plane is meant to be arriving from early this evening carrying more MLAs. But this seems to so far have been mythical, because there's no news yet of that plane or these MLAs which Mr. Shinde and the BJP need.
That's right, but now I have some news about the plane, and the plane is going to land in some time. That's what we are getting from sources here. However, we have also kind of understood who are coming, who all MLAs are coming, and perhaps at least 4 Maharashtra MLAs are coming in that charter plane, among which only there is one Shiv Sena MLA and rest 3 are independent. So really numbers in terms of having Shiv Sainik MLAs with him for Eknath Shinde still not adding up, although the total number of people who have reached Guwahati is going up. But what we are also picking up is that there have been now efforts made by Mr. Shinde in terms of tomorrow if he can have an online meeting with the governor of Maharashtra. So those efforts have also started. That's what we are picking up from the sources within the hotel where he is putting up. So clearly efforts are on from both sides, but really more MLAs are reaching Guwahati, and with the booking of the hotels have been extended to 7 days. More rooms have been booked. So therefore it seems that the scene of action in Guwahati might actually last for more time.
Right, and Akshay, you're at the hotel Radisson Blu where these MLAs are now. Eknath Shinde was supposed to address the press, but there's been no news on this, what he's going to say on this latest offer or any formal media briefing yet. Why is that?
Well, Sonia, when we talk about Radisson Blu, the hotel that is on the outskirts of Guwahati, yes, there were indications that Eknath Shinde will be doing a press conference at about 7 p.m. That was immediately after the speech of the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Uddhav Thackeray. But there was no news. It seems that that particular speech has in fact sent ripples till Guwahati, and all of these MLAs that are inside, they are absolutely incommunicado as far as the outside world is concerned. You can see the security arrangements that have been made by the Assam government. There are security personnel, there are paramilitary personnel, there are top police officials as well that in fact are guarding the main gate of this particular hotel. Not even the media crews are allowed anywhere near that particular gate that you see, that is the entry gate. So while there is news that about 35 MLAs, including about 30 MLAs, 30 to 31 MLAs of Shiv Sena being holed up inside, and while the Chief Minister of Assam is saying that he has no idea about what is happening at Radisson Blu, the security that has been deployed here says something else entirely. In fact, what we are reporting is also that at least 4 BJP members, including 2 ministers of Assam government, 1 member of parliament from Assam from BJP, and 1 MLA is already here and residing inside, keeping an eye on all of the Maharashtra MLAs, and that is being done at the behest of the Chief Minister of Assam, Himanta Biswa Sarma. All 4 of them are considered extremely close troubleshooters of the Assam government. So that is what we are learning from this Radisson Blu hotel that is on the outskirts of Guwahati.
Thanks, Akshay. And in fact, Eknath Shinde, the man of the moment, all getting an offer of being the next Chief Minister of Maharashtra. He spoke to NDTV's Sohit Mishra early this morning. At that time, he claimed he had 46 MLAs. By this evening, he still has only 34. Remember, we're going by the signatures which went in a letter from these MLAs to the governor. The 34 signatures, 30 Sena and 4 of them independents. Here's what Eknath Shinde told Sohit Mishra in this conversation this morning.
हेलो भाई, नमस्कार भाई, जय महाराष्ट्र भाई। सोहित बात कर रहा हूँ, सोहित मिश्रा एनडीटीवी से। भाई आपसे पूछना चाहता था, अभी आप लोग गुवाहाटी पहुंचे हैं, अभी क्या कुछ कहा जा सकता है? कितने लोग हैं आपके साथ? क्या कुछ कह सकते हैं इस पे?
अभी हमारे साथ में 40 प्लस है।
अभी आप
40 प्लस।
अच्छा, 40 प्लस है भाई। आप लोगों की अभी सबसे बड़ी मांग क्या है? आप क्या चाहते हैं? ये कहा जा रहा है शिवसेना से अलग होंगे, शिवसेना टूट रही है।
बिल्कुल नहीं, हम लोग शिवसेना से अलग नहीं हो रहे हैं। हमारे बाला साहब ठाकरे जी की जो शिवसेना है हिंदुत्व की, तो उनकी विचारधारा जो है हिंदुत्व की, राष्ट्रीय एकात्मता की, उससे हम लोग आगे उसी धारा को, उसी भूमिका को हम लोग आगे लेके जाएंगे।
अभी आप लोगों की सबसे बड़ी मांग क्या है? आप क्या चाहते हैं? इतने विधायक साथ में आए हैं और आपने कल,
हम लोग हिंदुत्व की बात करना चाहते हैं, और शिवसेना एक ऐसी पार्टी है, बाला साहब ने जो बनाई है हिंदुत्व के मुद्दे को लेकर, और उसे हम लोग नहीं छोड़ेंगे। और हिंदुत्व की जो भूमिका है, विचारधारा है, उसे आगे बढ़ाएंगे।
कांग्रेस और एनसीपी के साथ रहना चाहते हैं या नहीं रहना चाहते हैं भाई आप?
नहीं, अभी तो आपको कुछ दिन में सब कुछ जो चित्र है स्पष्ट हो जाएगा।
अच्छा, मुख्यमंत्री उद्धव ठाकरे जी से आपने बातचीत कल की है, उनसे क्या कुछ बातचीत हुई है? क्या यहाँ पर सुलह होने की बात की सकते हैं, क्योंकि आप कह रहे हैं कि अभी भी आप शिवसेना में बने हुए हैं?
हम लोग आज भी शिवसेना में हैं और कल भी शिवसेना में हैं। बाला साहब ठाकरे जी की शिवसेना जो हिंदुत्व की विचारधारा वाली शिवसेना, हम किसी अन्य पार्टी में जाने का सवाल ही नहीं उठता है। और इसलिए मैंने कहा है कि बाला साहब ठाकरे जी की जो हिंदुत्व की विचारधारा है उसे आगे बढ़ाएंगे हम लोग।
आपके पास कितने विधायक हैं भाई अभी आपके साथ में?
नहीं, कुल मिला के हमारे शिवसेना और इंडिपेंडेंट मिला के 46 है।
46 विधायक हैं। क्या आप लोग राज्यपाल से भी मिलने जाने वाले हैं? क्या उनको
अभी हमारी बैठक होने के बाद ही सब कुछ तय किया जाएगा।
हाँ भाई, एक सवाल ये था कि इसमें कई ऐसे हैं जिनको ईडी या सीबीआई से भी परेशानी है, और पिछले कई दिनों से हमने देखा है कि इसे लेकर भी लगातार एक सवाल शिवसेना के अंदर उठते रहे हैं।
देखिए, अभी जिसकी इंक्वायरी शुरू है, जिसकी जांच शुरू है, वो तपास यंत्रणा का एक हिस्सा है, पार्ट है।
So Eknath Shinde, that was this morning, has just tweeted responding to Uddhav Thackeray's address. No mention there of any Chief Minister offer. But Saurabh, let's just go across to you, because here he's made it very clear that the offer, he said yesterday also, that the Shiv Sena should ally with the BJP, that they can't stay with the Congress and the NCP. Just tell us the headline points of this, Saurabh.
Well, he's saying in the third point, Paksha ani Shiv Senik Hindutva Sati, and he's saying basically for the sake of Hindutva we should leave the alliance of NCP and Congress. Now that's of course been his point, because he's of course choosing or wanting to ally with the BJP and saying that is the better alliance. But he hasn't really responded to what we've just heard, that the offer of the Chief Ministership to a Shiv Senik. Now that is something that of course is just coming in as a development. So that will be an important, if he turns down the Chief Ministership, will he be able to do that? And that seems unclear, but he's saying very clearly that here he needs to, for Maharashtra's sake, for the Shiv Sena's sake, the party needs to leave the alliance government of the NCP and the Congress.
That while the constituent parties are getting stronger, the Shiv Sena is being systematically drained. So in fact, that's Uddhav Thackeray's point also, that if they go with the BJP, the Shiv Sena will get weakened. And the same point that Eknath Shinde is making, that the Congress and the NCP have different ideologies. So that's also draining the whole issue of Hindutva, both of them fighting over Hindutva. And remember, it's interesting because of course the Congress's Rahul Gandhi has attacked what he says is the BJP version of Hindutva very strongly. So wonder what he says about the Sena version of Hindutva. But as of now, that alliance is together. But let's also play now what really has been all this drama and action. It really was all summed up at 2 a.m. this morning at Surat Airport. That's where NDTV reporter Saurabh Shukla was, and he's got a glimpse of all the chaos and action.
Right now we are at Surat Airport. You can see this is Gujarat. This is MLA of Shiv Sena. The way he is running. आप भाग क्यों रहे हैं? ऐसा क्या किया जो आप भाग रहे हैं? You can see these MLAs running and going inside the airport. We are at Surat Airport. Eknath Shinde went inside. Now you can see other MLAs are also going. The way they are being taken by Gujarat police. You can see the use of police power in Gujarat. सर, क्या आप कह सकते हैं कि शिवसेना टूट गई है? क्या ऐसा क्या कर रहे हैं? ऐसा क्या ये बताइए। You can see that the MLAs are quiet. They are not speaking. They have been told that they are not being allowed. सर, कितने विधायक हैं?
No comments.
कितने विधायक हैं? नंबर्स क्या हैं?
मेजॉरिटी है. No comments.
तुम्ही शिवसेनेतच राहणार आहात का? शिवसेनेतच राहणार आहात का?
These MLAs are literally being rescued inside the airport by Gujarat police. You can see Eknath Shinde standing in the center, smiling, and they are saying that they are the majority. शिंदे साहब, नंबर्स कितने हैं? नंबर्स कितने हैं? सर, नंबर्स कितने हैं? एक शिंदे साहब, नंबर्स कितने हैं? नंबर्स शिंदे साहब नंबर्स कितने हैं? कितने?
आप आगे बताइए अब हमारी बात मानिए ना प्लीज।
सर कुछ कह रहे हैं?
वो कह रहे हैं
45 विधायकों के समर्थन करने की बात कर रहे हैं। पहली बार एकनाथ शिंदे आके इशारे कर रहे हैं, कैमरे पर नहीं बोल रहे हैं। द सीन्स ऑफ these MLAs being rescued by Gujarat police inside the Surat, and they'll gather and they'll go to Guwahati through a spice jet flight in Surat with Ashwani Mehra, Saurabh Shukla for NDTV.
How long will this drama carry on? Well, a quick look at other news. Well, the BJP's political masterstroke, many observers are saying, of their presidential candidate, Droupadi Murmu. She's a tribal from Odisha, the former governor of Jharkhand. Today, she was sweeping a temple floor in her local district in Odisha. She said she's been humbled by the honour given to her by being the NDA presidential candidate. More parties are coming out in support of her. Nitish Kumar's party today announced support. And the government is now appealing to all opposition, including Sonia Gandhi and Mamata Banerjee, to come forward and support her because she is a woman tribal leader. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi was at the party office today, joining other leaders who are on a Satyagraha against the Agnipath recruitment scheme. Rahul Gandhi spoke about his 5 days of ED questioning and said that Vipassana helped him carry on.
मैंने कहा कि मैं विपासना करता हूं, उसमें बैठना पड़ता है, तो आदत लग गई है, मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, 6, 7, 8, 10 घंटे बैठा दो, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। आपने जवाब दिया, फिर आपने चेक किया, तो इतनी पेशेंस आप में से आपको कहां से मिल गई? कह देना था। कांग्रेस पार्टी में 2004 से काम कर रहा हूं। पेशेंस नहीं आएगी तो क्या आएगी? इस बात को कांग्रेस पार्टी का हर नेता समझता है। देखो बैठे हुए सचिन पायलट जी बैठे हुए, सब बैठे हुए, मैं बैठा हूं।
Sachin Pilot also waiting patiently. When will it be his turn to be Rajasthan Chief Minister? That Rahul referenced there. A quick look at other news. Well, the relief rally in the markets fizzled out, with the markets declining over 1% today. The Sensex slid 709 points, ending at 51,822. The Nifty also down by 225 points. All sectors declined today. In trade, metal shares plunged the most. The rupee also weakened to an all-time low, ending at 78 rupees 38 paise to the dollar. Global inflation and monetary tightening concerns persist, especially the UK, which is touching new inflation highs. Investors also await more clues from the Fed chair's testimony to Congress later tonight. Meanwhile, global oil prices declined as President Biden called for a fuel tax cut. Brent crude is now trading around $110 a barrel. And tracking the monsoon, where in some parts it's slowed down, but in other parts it's been extremely heavy. In the Jammu-Srinagar highway, it's been blocked due to landslides because of heavy rain. Also, the bridge here has collapsed because of flash floods. In Jammu and Kashmir, overflowing the river Chenab has led to reservoir flushing as well. Meanwhile, in Assam, town of Silchar is inundated due to incessant rain. Boats are the only mode of transportation here. Also, heavy rain warning in Konkan and Goa for the next few days as well.